Good morning to everyone. I'm Dr. Hima Bindu from the Department of Mechanical Engineering at Institute of Aeronautical Engineering. And this is the lecture 71, where we will be knowing about the software used in the robotics. Till now we have seen the real-life examples, the complex engineering problem, the different types of robotic systems we have used. But what are the softwares required to design these particular robots, we are not aware. So in this session, we will be knowing about the software used to build a robot. As you have seen in this figure, the software used generally are integration of the mechanical systems, or it is the integration of the electronics, the programming, simulation, automation, and the artificial intelligence. When all these are involved together, then only a robot can be designed. The mechanical engineers generally use various software tools for robot designing, such as simulation, ANSYS, programming, manufacturing, and the control systems. Right. The first software which we generally use is the CAD software for the robotic design, where in that particular CAD software we will be using the SolidWorks. The major purpose of the SolidWorks software is to develop a 3D modeling of the robot. That is, before we go for the manufacturing, we need to initially design the robot in a 3D model. So that can be done with the help of the SolidWorks software. So 3D modeling of the robot will be designed, and the robot arm assembly will be designed, the mechanism development, the motion study, and the structural analysis. All these will be used with the help of the SolidWorks software. And the applications generally when we use SolidWorks will be the robotic arm, the gripper, the gear system, the chassis structure, and the conveyor system. The major advantages of this particular software is easy assembly, motion simulation, stress analysis, and the industry standard softwares. And the next software for designing the robot is the CATIA. That is, this is widely used. Generally, this particular CATIA is widely used in aerospace and automobile robotic industries. And the application of this particular CATIA is used in the complex robot surface modeling, the product life cycle management, or the industrial robot design, or the advanced assembly system. Generally, these are the 4 applications where we will be using the CATIA software. And when we come across the industrial uses, we use the CATIA in aerospace, automotive, and the heavy machine manufacturing systems. And the third one is the Autodesk Fusion. This particular Autodesk Fusion is used for the 3D printing models, or it is used for the computer-aided manufacturing integration, or it is used for the robot prototyping, and for the mechanical design for any sort of the startups. The main important use of this particular Autodesk Fusion is used by the student robotic projects because it is easy to interface, and the cloud, it is collaborated with the cloud, and the integration is being done with the simulation tools. The next type of the software is the simulation and the ANSYS software. The previous 3, whatever we have seen, is related to the CAD software. And next, when we come to the ANSYS, here we will be coming across the simulation and ANSYS software. So this is used for engineering analysis of the robot system. That is, the analysis of this particular robot will be done with the help of the simulation analysis software, where generally we come across the stress analysis, the thermal analysis, the vibration analysis, or the fatigue analysis, and the computational fluid dynamic analysis for the drones. Now, the major role of the mechanical engineer is to test whether the parts of the robot can withstand the heavy loads, or repeated motion, or it is coming across any particular high temperature, or it has any sort of dynamic forces. So that is these are the aspects which will be checked by the mechanical engineers when we are coming across this simulation and ANSYS software. The next type of the software in simulation is the MATLAB and Simulink. Now, this particular MATLAB's main purpose is to know the robot motion control and to know about the mathematical modeling or the path planning, the sensor integration, and the artificial intelligence algorithm. So, importantly, we use this particular MATLAB in the research, automation industries, or the robotic laboratories. And the applications of the robotics with the help of the MATLAB and simulation is the inversion kinematics, PID controller design, autonomous navigation, and the robot trajectory planning. The third one is the robot programming software. What is exactly the robot operating system? It is one of the most widely used robotic platform. That is, here we can see robotic operation system, right? So this particular robotic operation system come across the visualization. We can do a perception, we can do the robot control, we can come across the hardware drives, we can check the hardware drives, we can with the help of the machine learning we can teach the robot, right? The data logging can be done. The simulation part can be done with the help of the ROS, the computer vision, the motion planning, and the communication also can be done with the robot operating system. So, the major applications of the robot programming software is that robot programming will be done, autonomous robots we will be using for the autonomous robots, for the sensor communication, for the navigation of the system, and for the artificial intelligence integration. So this particular robot program software is used in the self-driving robots, or we can also tell we will be using in the self-driving cars like Tesla and the cars which are being manufactured by the Toyota Industries. So there we will be using the robot programming software, and it is also used in the industrial robot, for the drones and autonomous vehicle, and for the research projects we will be using this particular robot operating system. Now, in that, the next type of the software is the robotic. This particular robotic is not much used, but it is very useful for the industrial robot simulation. For offline robot programming, we will be using the robotic, or when we come across the path optimization, when any path optimization should be done for a robot, then we will be using this robotic. That is, it is used for industrial robot simulation, offline robot programming, and for the robot path optimization, we will be using the robot DK. The main benefits of using this particular robot DK is reduces the production downtime, it tests the robot movement virtually, and it improves the manufacturing efficiency. Right? These are the three major benefits when we come across the robot DK. That is, reduces the production downtime, tests the robot movement virtually, and improves the manufacturing efficiency. The fourth type of the software is automation and PLC software. When we come across the automation and PLC software, it is used in industrial automation and robotic control system. And here the applications are PLC programming. We can use it for conveyor automation, we can use it for the industrial robotic integration, and for the sensor control. And when we come across the industrial uses, it is used in the manufacturing part, for the smart factories, and for the process industries. The second type of the automation and PLC software is the LabVIEW. LabVIEW is mostly used in many of the large-scale industries, where the applications in the LabVIEW are to design the sensor monitoring. For the data acquisition, we will be using the LabVIEW, for robot control interfaces, and for the automation system. As you can see here, the use of this particular graphic program to develop the automation test system with the VLSI for test monitoring and the control. So this generally LabVIEW will be doing. The advantage of using this particular LabVIEW is graphical programming interface for real-time monitoring. When we need to do any sort of real-time monitoring, we will be using this LabVIEW software. And for easy hardware integration also, we use this particular LabVIEW software, where generally we will be using the programming language as Python, or we can use the C++, or we can use the .NET, and we can use the MATLAB. So these are the general languages which we will be using in the LabVIEW, that is Python, C++, .NET and the MATLAB. The fifth type of the software is the artificial intelligence and the vision software in the robots. As we can see, we will be using the OpenCV system when we are integrating artificial intelligence in the robots. That is, with the use of the computer vision application in the main purpose of this particular software is to use the computer vision application in the robot. That is, face detection can be done, object detection can be done, image processing and autonomous navigation. All these will be done with the help of the AI and vision software in the robotic. The best example is a robot can identify the obstacles using the camera in OpenCV algorithm, and accordingly it will be moving. As we can see, this is the robot where here we have the sensor, a camera being placed where it will detect the object, and accordingly the path planning will be done automatically when we are integrating the artificial intelligence programming application into the robot. The second type is the tensor flow. When we come across the tensor flow, that is, we generally use the Raspberry Pi, which is used in the self-driving smart robotic cars, which is equipped with the tensor flow material, where network framework will be used, in which the sensors will be giving the ability to think. Right, in which the sensors will be given the ability to think. So here the major application of the tensor flow is AI-based robots or machine learning systems, or when we come across the predictive robotics, or when we come across the intelligent automation, we will be using this particular tensor flow. As I've told you, it is generally used in self-driving vehicles, smart robots and industrial artificial systems. So again here what is happening is the raw information will be inputted into the areas where artificial intelligence neural network library and then processed to the tensor flow framework to the main and actuator model of the file. Right, that is the use of the tensor flow application. The sixth one is the embedded system and microcontroller software. When we use the Arduino IDE, here generally these will be used for the small projects like student robot projects, line flow follower robots, for the obstacle avoidance robot, or for the motor control system. We will be using this particular sort of the Arduino IDE. This is generally a very minute type of the software which it is easily used even in the school levels nowadays. Right, so the best software for beginners in the robotic is this particular Arduino IDE. Right, this is a very basic and very minute to understand, easy to understand. Even the school students will be coming across this particular Arduino IDE for any sort of robo projects. The seventh one is the robo simulation platform, in which Gazebo is one of the main, which Gazebo plays one of the major role in the simulation platform. The major purpose is to simulate the robot in the virtual environment. When we come across the virtual environment, we use the Gazebo. It is used for sensor testing, for navigating the robot simulation, or for testing the robot's autonomously. Right, the major advantage of using Gazebo is safe testing environment, it is cost reduction compared to the others, and it is faster to develop. So these are the softwares which we will be using in the designing and manufacturing of the robot, in which generally the CAD and the CATIA are used for the designing purpose, and the artificial intelligence is used for building intelligence into the robot with the help of machine learning techniques. So in the next class, we will come up with some more interesting topics which will be useful for you to develop a useful robot. Signing off for today, Dr. G. Hima Bindu. Thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.